Welcome to the Blind Justice Podcast, where you discover the insider secrets of injury and accident cases, and all of your law questions get answered. Now, here's your host, Chicago injury lawyer, Scott DeSalvo.
Hey guys, it is the #1 finest, best car crash lawyer in Chicagoland.
Are you serious right now? What?
As far as I know, there's no award for #1 finest, bestest car crash lawyer in Chicago, so I've just decided that I am.
Oh yeah, it's like when coffee places are like the world's best cup of coffee, and you're like, wow, really?
Who gave you that award? Oh wait, you did.
But I believe it. I'm like, I'm gonna go in. Like if I'm walking past, I'll be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then their competitor has like world's finest cup of coffee.
Yeah,
and the other guy down the street has world's bestest cup of coffee.
That's what you're getting for your birthday. When's your birthday?
Some plaques. Just I want half a dozen of them.
Half a dozen plaques, and it's like world's finest, bestest. Like I'll have to just get a second plaque that just hangs off.
It's
trophy.
funny you say that, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
There are I was just having this conversation with another lawyer, another injury lawyer. There are companies out there who have fake magazines and fake directories and just fake organizations, and they sell you a featured page in their fake directory, right? So It's like 100 top lawyers of America. That's the name of their fake magazine. And they sell you like a bio write-up with your glossy, so you can then like use that in your marketing and say, as featured in America's top 100 lawyers. But really it's not, nobody reads it. The only people who order copies of it are the lawyers who are paying to be featured in it.
Sneaky.
Yeah. And then the other thing is there's all these companies that sell plaques, right? So they create an organization, Top Attorneys of
Human
America
Fund.
Incorporated, or whatever the name of the company is.
Right.
And all they do is sell like really nice wooden or, glass plaques that feature your name, and it says like top 100 lawyers in America. And it's like an award, as if a real organization gave you an award. And then the attorney can advertise. So it's funny that the topic came up because it's really true. Like this stuff happens in marketing all the time.
I'm going to need that name because I want to get myself an award. So
I just got another call from a guy on this past Friday. Like he actually got past my secretary. He's like, Joe Schmo from calling from New York, and I'm doing a writing assignment for Mr. DeSalvo.
That was your first red flag. His name's Joe Schmo.
Yeah, and I just, my secretary said, he said he's doing an assignment for you, and he really needs to talk to you personally. And I emailed her back and said, because I was on the phone with somebody else.
Right.
I emailed her back real quick saying, okay, so ask him his full name, ask him what company he works for, ask him what writing assignment he's doing for me. Mm-hmm. And get a callback phone number.
It's not your first rodeo.
Yeah. And then she's like, oh, yeah, he's from America's #1 bestest lawyers ever. EVAR.
EVAR with like 4 R's. Have
Yeah.
you heard of them? And you're like,
It sounds so prestigious with all those R's.
Oh, they were like, all right, how are we going to be like set apart? 4 R's. Oh, done. Fill your hire.
I'm going to start a company next week to compete with you with 5 R's.
It's going to be great, great, great. It's going to be awesome.
That's Amelia Finefrock as Donald Trump. It's fantastic.
It's fantastic. It's the best award.
All the top
ever.
people.
Okay. It's the bestest. Scott is a dear friend.
So we're doing our question and answer. So people send in questions. We answer them. If you have a question you'd like to be answered, remember, not legal advice. You have to talk to a lawyer and give a lawyer all the details of your case. But I'm happy to answer your questions, whether you have a case or not, either on the podcast or privately. And you can call me at 888-HURT-318. It's a toll-free 24-hour line, and it always gets picked up, and I'm happy to answer your questions.
When you have music, do you have like waiting music when people call in?
We do, yeah.
Is it like all themed, like I will survive, like? So,
on my personal phone line at the office, which my office phone number is 312-895-0545. Mm-hmm. My phone system has an option to do a custom audio. So I actually am on there saying, Thank you for calling. Your call is our highest priority. Please be patient. We'll be right with you. And then it goes right into testimonials.
Oh.
Like client testimonials, right? So
Sorry, Scott.
pretty clever. But
Pretty clever.
the toll-free number doesn't have that option. I wish it did. That would be pretty cool. Anyway.
Sounds like you need to have a singer or something. Just record a bunch of
if only I knew a singer.
injury-related songs.
I wish. Actually, that would be hysterical. We should like
Wouldn't it
pick
be?
some songs, and then get like the
I'll get
karaoke.
back down, but I'll get up again.
Yeah, we should get like the karaoke, just the music tracks.
Yeah.
And we probably would get sued by the intellectual property
I think you have
holders.
to like turn up. I think you can get away with it because I've seen this like on YouTube. If you change the notes, like if you
Inspired
lower
by
it or up it, like you take
an
it up.
octave.
Yeah, you take it up an octave. Then you
Yeah.
can get away with it.
Yeah, or I can just hire. I think. Yeah, well, I mean, if you're changing the words, I think it would probably be okay because it's parody or whatever.
Oh, okay, that's next level.
Although if you're using it for an advertising purpose, I guess it's not a parody.
Sounds like we have some discussing to do after this podcast.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure people who are interested in car crashes are not interested in us doing injury-related karaoke.
We think that, but we don't know.
That's true. That's true.
Leave your comments below if you want to hear about it.
100%. I'm going to spend so much time looking at the metrics on this show. Anyway.
I have done research on parody law after this podcast.
Look, we could be the #1 karaoke law podcast in the nation.
Yeah, and then we could get a plaque that we,
Or I'll just
built
make it
for
myself.
it. Yeah.
Start my own
My
company.
parents are like, what is that plaque for? I'm like, you don't know about this award? It's a very prestigious award.
Mom, Dad, I'm #1. You didn't know? I'm so upset.
I'm proud to be it! Anyways.
Wow.
Do we have a show to do?
We really got down with Amelia's emotions.
My therapist told me not to do this.
Do you
but-
finally love me now that I'm successful?
Are you listening to this podcast right now?
Is anyone listening feeling like they're watching an after-school special?
Because you are.
Yeah, I don't know. So, Amelia, before the lunacy continues,
Time runs out. Which
maybe
probably,
we should read the question.
probably
Take a
should.
stab at answering it.
Yep, okay. All right. I was driving on a busy street on my way home from work. A car full of young people ran a stop sign coming off a side street. I was on the through street, meaning I did not have a stop sign or a stop light. They T-boned my car, and it was totaled. The young people all got out of the car and ran away, and I couldn't believe it. The police came, they made a police report, my car was totaled, and I was taken to the hospital, and I'm following up with my family doctor because I hurt my shoulder. Will the car owner's insurance pay for my car and my doctor bills?
So, believe it or not, half a dozen times a year, I get a call like this, right? So,
That's tricky.
part of it is like in Chicago, maybe kids like take a car without permission and go for a joyride.
Yeah.
They might not even be licensed or may not have much or any experience driving. They run into somebody, and being young kids, they panic, jump out of the car, and run. Bizarre, right? They could kill somebody, but it's the folly of youth, and it's terrible. And I feel terrible that this lady got hurt and her car got wrecked, but
Yikes.
it's something that does happen. And so whenever it happens, I'm concerned because obviously the kids joyriding in the car don't have insurance.
No.
The owner of the car presumably has insurance on her car, and somebody driving the car with permission would be covered. But if the car is stolen, there's a coverage question. So the question becomes, if somebody steals your car, why should your insurance cover what they do with your car when it's stolen, right?
No, that makes no sense.
So, it's going to depend. If this is like a teenager who took mom's car without permission, then probably mom's insurance is going to end up having to pay for it.
Right.
But if this is literally somebody just got carjacked, or somebody got pickpocketed, or they dropped their keys and somebody grabbed the keys, took the car, and took off,
Yeah.
the driver or the owner of the car's insurance probably isn't going to cover it. But that's an interesting thing because I want to explain something to you. It's called Uninsured Motorist Coverage.
That's a thing?
It's a thing.
Wow.
So every insurance policy for automobile insurance in Illinois is required to at least offer uninsured motorist coverage. So uninsured motorist coverage is somebody runs into you, they have no insurance. Your own insurance will pay for your doctor bills. So in other words, when an uninsured person hurts you, your own insurance company steps into the shoes of the uninsured person and takes care of you. The other thing is there's coverage called medical payments coverage or MedPay coverage that follows your own vehicle. So if you're in your vehicle, many insurance policies will cover you for your medical expenses only if you're injured in your vehicle for any reason, whether it's your fault, somebody else's fault, whether it's your passenger that gets hurt.
Yeah.
The problem is that MedPay coverage is often like very low. Some policies don't carry it. Others have $2,000 or $5,000 in coverage. Some have 10, some have 20, but they're usually on the lower range, which might cover you for like an ambulance ride or a brief hospital visit. But if the bills start racking up, the MedPay is not going to be sufficient. But really the question here is, do the police have any leads whatsoever as to who these kids were? Did any of them get caught? Does anybody know who they are? And that information is going to help us figure out the insurance coverage issue. The last thing it occurred to me to say about this is there's another kind of insurance called gap insurance. Gap insurance is insurance that you buy when you're financing a car, right? So most people know if you go buy, let's say, a $20,000 car and you're financing it, the minute you drive it off the lot, the car's trade-in value is probably $16,000, right? That's just the way it is when you're buying a car. Or even a car dealer, if you're buying a used pre-owned, right? You get a $10,000 car that they charge you $10,000 for, but you can't resell the car for 10. You're going to get 8 for it, right? So normal car insurance, let's say you have full coverage. Normal car insurance only covers you for the fair replacement value of the car, right? So if the value of your $20,000 car is actually $16,000, they write you a check for $16,000, you're still on the hook for another $4,000, and you have no car. Gap insurance addresses that issue.
Nice.
Gap insurance says if you owe 20, the car is worth 16, we will cover the gap between what you owe and what the car is worth.
Okay, cool.
Unfortunately, I usually explain gap insurance to people after they're already in this circumstance, which is terrible. But if you guys are financing a car, look into gap insurance. Yeah. Pretty important.
Didn't know that even existed.
Yeah, a lot of people don't, but it's really not that expensive. And if you don't use it, you might kick yourself for paying for it. But boy, if you need it and you don't get it, killer.
That's the case with a lot of insurance, right?
Yeah, a lot of times, you're in it. This is a T-bone accident. Probably the kids didn't even slow down or stop for the stop sign. They probably just barreled right into that street. Major auto collision. I don't think it says it says she hurt her shoulder. But at any rate, hopefully it's not that bad. No. It's a case. You should definitely talk to a lawyer. Oh, yeah. One of the most important things an injury lawyer can do for an injured person early in a case is to investigate the insurance issue, investigate the insurance coverages, figure out who's responsible and what the insurance coverages are, what the limits of insurance are, all of this stuff. And the earlier you know that, the better. And it's hard for a layperson to do without a lawyer.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I were in her shoes, I would be like, I don't even know where to begin. And especially, finding out about this gap insurance, I didn't know what that was, so. Yeah.
Well, hopefully the listeners learned something, too. And if you guys have a question, I'm happy to answer it at 888-HURT-318. That's 888-HURT-318, which you're going to hear again. But, if you guys want your questions answered on the podcast, by all means, give me a call. Otherwise, I hope this information helped you, and you can catch us next time.
And don't call me, because I don't know what I'm...
Well, you can. You can call just to chat. Or
if you just want to talk, or, you're looking to hire a singer,
super pleasant
writer,
person. I mean, why wouldn't they want to talk to you?
Person to get coffee with.
Thanks for joining me, Amelia.
Me. Yes.
Thanks, folks. Take care.
Take it easy.
Thanks for listening. I truly hope that the information in the podcast helps you no matter the situation you find yourself in. But you might need more answers or some more direct help. So there are 3 ways for you easily to find out more and to get help. If you call my toll-free 24-hour helpline, 888-HURT-318, you'll have a couple of options. 888-HURT-318 is my toll-free 24-hour telephone line. You can call that number and speak with my team night or day. First, you can call 888-HURT-318, and you can speak to me for a free consultation about your case or situation. That's always free and no obligation. Second, you can tell the operator that you'd like a free copy of my injury DVD and book. I created the DVD and book, and I give it away for free to injured people who need answers, but who might not be ready to talk to a lawyer yet. Same deal, 100% free, 100% no obligation. Third and finally, you can check out my YouTube channel for informative videos about the injury case and claims process, or check out my other podcasts for more information and interesting interviews with people who know different things about various aspects of the law. I've put all of this together to help you and to answer your questions. Now, you can also help me, and I hope that you will. If you enjoyed the podcast and if it helped you at all, please subscribe, and if you can, take a minute and please post a positive review of the show. If you're listening to the podcast on YouTube, like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you know anyone who might enjoy the podcast, please spread the word and share it on Facebook. It's my mission to spread good information to as many people as possible, and your liking and reviewing and subscribing to the podcast helps me get the word out. Thanks again. This podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It doesn't substitute for consulting with a lawyer. If you have a case, speak with a lawyer right away.